What's good, everybody? This is Otis here, and this is my first 5 minutes of air superiority, and I gotta say, I was honestly really completely wrong about this game mode. I thought it was gonna just be lame. I think they've ended up spreading it out enough to where it's honestly one of the best game modes. Like, I could honestly see myself playing this, just only this basically, and it's pretty fun. I get like 5 kills here in the first like 5 minutes or so. I think the whole game I ended up going about like 12 and 6 or something like that. It was decent, at least for the first half. It was full. Then towards the last half we were just dominating them until they ended up just bailing out, so I was getting a kill here and there. One thing you definitely have to watch out for is everyone ramming each other, because you'll get rammed by your teammates, you'll get rammed by your enemies, but it's so fun. There's basically 3 blimps that you can go and you can capture them really quickly. I think if one plane, if the enemy team is captured, one plane will capture it in about 10 seconds maybe, and that's give or take, probably maybe a little bit less, a little bit more. So as long as you're slowing down, by the time you get to the flag, you'll be able to capture it pretty easally. Right here I ended up capturing, I believe, yeah, and as long as you get to it, capture it, turn a little bit, you'll be able to capture it pretty easily. And he flew into the blimp too, and he was trying to chase after me a little bit ago. So that's one thing too. If you're getting locked on, maybe you'll be able to go to the blimp. So far, what I've seen at least, and the people I've been talking to, because I know Europeans have got it for at least about 12 hours now, is basically everyone's just trying to change their own thing. Everyone's running heat seekers, which is just to be given. Obviously, you're not going to use guided missile. They're not too bad if you use. I would recommend using flares, probably more rather than ECM. No one shows up on their radar, so that's absolutely useless. You don't need to use that. What I've been playing around with is beam scanner. It helps a little bit. I wouldn't say it helps too much. It does help tremendously, the beam scanner, when you've got multiple jets engaging each other, about 3 or 4 where people have already used their heat seekers. When you're flying in from a distance, you're able to get that lock on and shoot your missiles pretty far away to get that kill jack, which is pretty nice. They disabled the bailing out, so once you disable a plane, no one can bail out. So that's pretty nice. I tried landing a little bit towards the end of the game. It didn't land, so I don't know if that maybe be possible to land. I don't think it would be, because bailing out would be not there. Another thing too, I've had a couple buddies use the extinguisher. They said it has worked for them decently well, and then one did switch to flares, and the other one stayed with the extinguisher just to test it out a little bit longer. I haven't used the gun, the bolt, not the bolt, the belt, the extended belt thing for the cannons. That's something that I definitely gotta try, especially for someone like me who's very, very poor sometimes when you're aiming. It's pretty fun though. If you're used to using your cannons, at least in the dogfights so far, destroying helicopters and other planes, you'll do fine. You'll absolutely love it. If you haven't used it, if you only really relied on heat seekers so far, you're probably going to struggle. One thing that I definitely noticed too is the airplanes. The Americans, I would have to say, have an advantage on every map, just because the F-18 moves so much better than the flanker. The flanker is just almost garbage. I know on this map, everyone on our team was at least double their kills and deaths, and then the very next map with the very same teams, everyone was pretty much just barely above positive. So that could definitely play into the factor where if you've got a higher team, or not a higher team, a better team, and they're on the flankers, it might be a better game. Yeah. Another thing that's going to be really, really interesting too is they haven't done any gameplay changes yet. There are some rumors that they might do some gameplay changes. The only patch they did so far was just to fix bugs and stuff, so I think as of right now it's absolutely perfect. I hope they don't change anything with the planes. I don't think they need to change anything with the planes. One thing that I have been noticing too is if you want to be a dick and someone's on you and you're disabled, you could always hit the menu and go to suicide for them not to get the kill, which is kind of a dick move and pretty funny. But I've seen a couple people doing that. I've done it myself too in a couple of the games. It's not a fair thing to do, but it's pretty funny at least. So that's the thing. I've done it too, and I've seen other people too where I've been trying to lock on to them, where you're locking people on, shooting them, and before they get disabled, if they know they're going to die, they just go and jet ram the ground. Oh, shit, I'm trying to think what else too. Another thing that I've noticed too is people have been forgetting that your air radar is still available for your jets, so that's something to keep in mind if you want to put those afterburner on and go pretty much straight through the ground, because almost all the trees you can fly through, so that's not a challenge at all for the airplanes. Just keep your afterburners on, try to fly away from the battlefield, and the person might give up, and they might stay on you, and also call your buddy too to say, hey, you know, come try to help me out, try to get this guy off me. So that's something to keep an eye on also. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and thanks for watching. I know we all crashed at the end. There's been some pretty big crashes. I think the biggest one that I've seen so far has been roughly about like 5 or 6 of us crashing into one pile, and that's enemy and friendly. So that's something you have to keep in mind for and watch out, because I think probably about half of my deaths so far have just been everyone rammed each other, which is kind of unfortunate, but you know what happens. And hopefully you guys enjoy this, and thanks for watching.